Hello everybody, welcome to All Sports Weekly episode 19. I am Trevor and with me this week I have Matt.
G'day Trev.
How are you?
Good mate.
Flying the flag?
Flying the flag. My favourite time of year.
Is it?
Absolutely.
You do have a passion for Origin in particular, don't you?
Well, look, Origin, my club loyalties are weak in these days.
At best,
Vague, yeah.
Just for the record,
But Origin...
Are you a Broncos supporter? For the record?
Look, North Queensland, 60%, Broncos 40%.
Right.
If the new Brisbane team comes in though, I reckon I'm back in clubland.
Okay.
But Origin's it for me when it comes to rugby league, so...
It is a good time to be a league supporter. And we've got plenty of Origin to talk about, mate.
Good.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Everyone, obviously we're on YouTube. We're also on SoundCloud if you want to listen to us. We're on soundcloud.com. Leave a message down below if you want to talk about anything, if you want us to mention something next week. You can message me on Twitter at All Sports Weekly, or I'm also on Outlook, All Sports Weekly at outlook.com. All right, mate. What have you been watching this week?
Well, look, as usual, I was out at the Lions on Saturday afternoon. It was this time.
I missed that one.
Yeah, look,
I didn't get to that.
Just another 10-goal win for the Lions. Nothing to see here. Solid as always over the GWS Giants.
Solid as a rock at home, in particular.
At home. I was saying to the family who I was out there with, it's just this year, the home wins have all been just relaxing wins, you know. Kind of 8-10 goal wins. Kick back, enjoy the footy.
You've been tallying teams up at home.
It's been good. It's like back at the Gabbatoir is back, people.
Okay.
The Gabbatoir is back.
As I know, you watch and listen to the show religiously.
Love the show.
Yeah, love the show. Yeah.
I do. Every week.
Every week. So did you, over here last week, we were talking about the strengths and weaknesses of being a interstate AFL team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any thoughts?
Look, ultimately, I think your Richmonds of the world get the benefit of staying home, playing, kind of 16, 17 odd games at home. Take your point, the fact that they do play other Melbourne teams that do have supporter bases there too. But let's face it, the big Melbourne clubs that get the most support are probably top of the tree when it comes to benefiting from the draw. But look, the Lions play well, like most interstate teams. The Lions will win most of the home games, lose most of their away games.
Teams do not like coming to the Gabba.
Well, not that it's the Gabba. No, but I think they did for about a decade.
Well, they did. They did.
Yes. They don't like it anymore.
No, looking good. And I'll tell you, there's a premiership up for grabs this year. Like, it's really open, and it's yours to win.
Look, I think this Friday night, the big game, Melbourne Lions. Everyone's talking about Melbourne, which is fair enough. They've got a great team. Lost only one game, albeit to Adelaide. But the Lions have been there for the 3 years now. So they've lost some finals.
The Lions are going to win?
Beat Richmond in the finals last year. I couldn't believe... I think when I was on the show a few weeks ago, one of my points was I can't believe the amount of love that Port Adelaide were getting.
Yeah.
And the amount of...
you were saying they were overrated.
Yeah, exactly. And the Lions were an afterthought. That's turned now. The Lions were $17 when I was last on the show. They're now $5.50. Melbourne are $4.50.
Did you get on them?
I didn't. Look, I didn't. I should have.
Not like you.
I looked at that.
Giddy up.
My account was running a bit low that week.
Right.
So the Lions are $5.50 now. If they win this weekend, which I think it's... Look, I'd back them. I think Melbourne are slight favourites, but Lockie Neal may be back. Ryan Lester should be back. They're running hot.
I feel like they can win.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the only downside is the game should be in Brisbane at the Gabba in front of a full house. It's that giant stadium. Yeah. That's a joke. Okay?
Yeah, I hear you. But you had every game at home last year.
No, we went to the Gold Coast quite a bit. Metrocon's not our home ground. But look, we did.
I get it though. You're right.
We did well last year out of that whole COVID situation. Having said that, this year we've already been away for 3 weeks at the start of the year when we had that COVID scare in Brisbane. We had Collingwood, Geelong, Western Bulldogs away.
Yeah.
So look, and the thing about the Lions is they don't complain. Chris Fagan runs a team that's got no excuses, just embraces it all. So they've got the right attitude. So I'm glad.
You got your Lions bit in.
I'm happy to crowbar a bit of AFL tonight.
No, you did.
Tried to keep me away from
I was trying
the
to
AFL.
keep the AFL up with the Lions chat at
Glad you
bay.
in there.
Couldn't get it done. Sorry. Apologies to everybody. Might I suggest if you're watching this back, you could just fast forward the last few minutes.
Just don't get him started. Don't get him started on Essendon.
They are looking good, mate. I'll give you that. And just a heads up,
hang on, you're finally on board because you don't like the Lions.
Hey, my team's going alright, mate. My team's going alright, but the Lions are a powerhouse, a definite contender. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But in a desperate attempt to not talk about the Lions, I will just also mention, and I'm not going to talk about rugby either because we've had enough of that.
Yeah.
But the Reds, hallelujah, won a game, did it for Australia. Instead of being 15-0, it's 14-1. The Reds won.
Thank God. Look, the fact this is a story says it all. Yeah.
So the Reds had a win, beat the Chiefs, nearly blew it. We break the New Zealand curse, and let's just move along, mate.
Agreed.
Let's get to the NRL because State of Origin, as you know, is looming, mate. Now, game one, obviously with COVID, has gone from Melbourne to Townsville. Everyone down south's having a sook. I'm loving it. Thoughts?
Well, wouldn't you? I love the fact that the first thing the NRL CEO Andrew Abdo said when they said, "Why did you move to Townsville?" was he said, it was the advice from our biosecurity experts.
And are they from Queensland? No, well, it is. I mean, North Queensland, COVID may as well not have happened. I mean, have they really had anything?
Look, absolutely. And if you were going to give an Origin to anyone to sell out at short notice, it's Townsville.
Oh, mate.
They got the new stadium. It's probably the heartland of rugby league, frankly, in the world. I'd say North Queensland.
Oh, it's rabid fans.
Yeah,
and
they love it up there.
So the tickets have sold out in about 15 minutes, apparently.
Yeah,
It's packed house.
yeah.
So how many Blues fans will travel up there? You'll have some. You'll have some.
Bought a place.
You will have some.
Well,
but,
look, there's a lot of Blues
not like
fans in
would.
Brisbane these days. A lot of the Blues have come up for our
Scoundrels.
superior lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not many of them moved to Townsville last I saw, so I reckon that is going to be one hell of a partisan crowd up there.
Yeah. All right. So we'll quickly run through the team lists. Now, we'll start with the Blues here. Tedesco, To'o, Mitchell, Trbojevic, Adakar. Pretty good back five there.
Yeah.
They've gone with the Penrith halves, so Luai and Cleary. I get it. Penrith are dominating the NRL.
Yeah.
You've got a combination there. In the number 6 position, the contenders for that role, you've got Cleary, and they're playing every week.
Yeah.
Is this a good move, do you think?
Look, it was the move it was a move that they had to make.
Penrith are
given
playing
Penrith's
so
dominance.
well.
They won 26 out of 27, apart from the grand final.
Yeah. Bad one to lose that one.
They're good club players. They're very good club players.
Yes,
They're great
they
club
are.
players.
Good club players.
Are they good Origin players? Time will tell.
It's a pretty handy back line.
There's only 2 players that scare me in that team from an Origin point of view. Tedesco, who's an absolute freak and seems to get even better for Origin. And Adokar, once it just rises to the occasion as well for Origin.
So you've got a healthy respect to the back line. But let's have a look at the forwards here.
2 of them.
Saifidi, Cook, and Jake Trbojevic. Now, interesting to me, Jake Trbojevic as a prop, which we'll talk about in a second. Tarek Sims, Isaiah Yeo. I missed Cameron Murray. That's your 13. On the bench, you got Whiten, Junior Paulo, Payne Haas, and Liam Martin. So I look at that and I say, look, that's a huge bench.
Great bench. It is a
great bench.
Superior to our bench.
So maybe I understand, the 13, but I look at the forwards in the actual 13, they're a little light up front. And Jake Trbojevic.
Yeah.
Normally, as a Queenslander, I look at the Blues, I see those props, I see that forward pack, and I get scared.
Yeah.
This year, I don't.
No, but then you look at
look at
Payne Haas on the bench there, and look, I mean,
but is it just me, or is that forward pack not as scary as former?
I look at that team, and like I said, there's only 2 Origin proven players: Tedesco and Adokar. The rest have yet to prove themselves, including and most importantly, Cleary. Great club player. Lost the grand final, lost Origin last year.
My thoughts on him are on the record.
Yep.
Solid.
Are you going to throw that analogy out
there?
No,
but he's solid. He gets to his kicks. He's robotic. He's percentage play.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's not an eyes up.
If you look at the Queensland years of dominance, what won it for us was our spine.
Yep.
Slater, Cronk, Thurston, Smith. You look at our spine now, and Pong has been ruled out, unfortunately. Not to worry, but
you'd
if
rather
he was
him
there,
be ruled out.
Ponga, Cherry Evans, Munster, and Harry Grant. That is I'll take our spine over New South Wales spines.
Me too. Well, let's talk about that Queensland team. So it was listed as Ponga. That's not happened. Will Brimson go there?
No, it'd be Val Holmes.
Val Holmes.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy with.
And Cole Felt on the wing at home. Both North Queensland players.
Okay. So you got Val Holmes, Coates, Capewell, Gagai. Who goes to the wing where Holmes was named?
Felt.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Munster, Cherry Evans. Pretty good back line there.
Yeah.
Then you got Welsh, Harry Grant, Tino, don't make me say his surname. Tino from the Titans. Felice Kafusi, lucky to be there. Very lucky to be there after
he was just trying to get up, mate.
Just trying to get up. Yeah. Okay. But you need a grub in your team in Origin. You need a grub.
Look, we're short on grubs.
He is a grub.
I'll tell you what, New South Wales and Queensland very short on grubs.
Days. It's weird. The Blues they used to have more grubs than Don Burke's Garden.
They absolutely, or Don Burke himself.
Yeah.
I can't see any grubs on either team.
Well, we got Kafusi,
really.
so that's good. David Fafita, who you'd have to pick.
Absolutely.
Jai Arrow, that's your third team.
Well, he's the kind of grub after last year's play on Tedesco. I know it was overplayed by the Blues, but
okay,
they'll call him a grub.
So we've got a little bit of grubbiness there, which I don't mind. Brimson, we mentioned Sewer, and we've got Offengowie, and how do I say that?
Caulfield.
No, yeah. So what about old Moaki Fotayaka?
Yeah.
Don't make me say that.
I'm not
we don't know
overly familiar with him.
Carlton Hess on the bench there. Now, Reid Marnie's been released.
He's out, yeah.
And he's going to play for Para this week, which I'm happy for.
Yeah.
So Ponga's right out. Now, Munster hasn't played for a while.
Make or break.
Key player. Without him, Queensland look like a whole different
As we saw last year, Munster plays, we win. Munster doesn't play.
Look at Penrith. They lost the grand final.
Yeah.
Munster.
Yeah.
They lost the Origin. Munster.
100%.
And I made a comment early on in All Sports Weekly when Nathan Cleary goes to sleep at night and has a nightmare, Munster's there.
Well, I mean, Munster scares Cleary and everyone else because you don't know what he's going to do. Munster
he's eyes up footballer.
What he's going to do.
He's the opposite of Cleary.
Yeah. He's the most influential Origin player since the King. No doubt about it.
Ooh, big call.
What as in terms of single player determining the result?
Ooh, yeah.
He's there because in
I don't know. There was a guy called Cameron Smith.
That's true. But in our dominant years,
yeah,
we had enough quality there that if Slater was out, we could cover it. You know,
yeah, and we had Thurston, and we had Smith, and we had I get it.
The thing about Smith is he never missed a game, so
never.
You never knew the full impact.
That guy knew how to win a game of football. But okay, so now Paul Green was asked about Munster, right? Now he said there's no backup plan for Munster.
Well, that tells me that there's no doubt he's going to play.
So he's playing. Well, there is no backup plan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's hope he's all right.
Well, I mean, if he's out, then we're stuffed.
So Paul Green, just quickly, the new coach, right? Now,
Yeah.
big shoes to fill. Last year you had Bennett and Mal and everyone who came together.
Yeah.
If let's just say Queensland lose this series, is he under pressure immediately?
No.
So he's got enough, good credit in the bank to sustain a loss?
They'll always give them one loss first time.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because Kevy had a loss, didn't he?
Yeah, the first year was
won
a win.
the first one.
Yeah, then he had a couple of losses. Yeah, so Kevy would have been under pressure last year, but got the Broncos job, and
so Paul Green, it's his job. It's there through the ups and downs.
It is, but having said that, I look at Paul Green. Yeah, he won the premiership with the Cowboys. I don't know. He seems to have got grumpier and more sour.
Yeah,
have you noticed that?
Yeah, he has.
I don't know. I'm just not. I think as an Origin coach, you need to bring a bit of enthusiasm to it. I don't know. I'm not too sure of the assistant coaches this year.
Rugby league's built on hate, man.
He's probably got Gilly there.
And he's also got Neil Henry there, who's been. Well, he's key.
He's a stalwart.
Underrated. So, okay. Now, so where are we strong? Where are we weak? And where will the game be won or lost, mate? And who do you think will win? Game one.
North Queensland. Lock it in.
Some background noise from the bleachers there.
Trooters from downstairs.
Yeah. Who's going to win and why, mate?
Well, in terms of our strengths and weaknesses, spine, and I can't wait to see Brian To'o just get bombarded with bombs and Xavier Coates flying over the top. I look forward to that. Weaknesses, our bench, our depth is a struggle.
Always.
And the massive loss is Josh Papali'i.
He's
pronounced Papali for those who aren't up to date on that yet. That's a massive loss. He was after Munster, he was our best player last year, hands down, in Origin. and he's been the bedrock of that pack for the last 5 years.
And
So Queensland, I think Queensland lack the depth, but I think we've got more absolute stars than New South Wales.
now, just quickly, as you know, the Broncos is my favourite subject.
Yeah.
In that 20-player squad,
Yeah.
right,
Only
there is
one.
one
Yeah.
Brisbane Bronco, and
Good.
he's leaving.
No, yeah. That's right.
Like,
I don't say much about the
this isn't
Broncos.
about the Broncos. This is about Queensland. But if you'd have gone back to the '90s or something,
Incredible.
and I told you that you're going to pick 20 Queensland players, and one of them is going to be a Bronco,
Yeah.
the other 19 are not,
Yeah.
and that Bronco has already signed for the Storm next year,
Yeah.
you would have said, Trev, what have you been drinking?
It's an absolute indictment on the Broncos management. These guys are kidding themselves.
Mate,
Who is running the joint there?
that is
It's an
a
absolute
sad
disgrace.
state of affairs for Brisbane Broncos.
From the front office through to recruitment. I mean, I'm not going to blame the coach. The coach and the players
I mean,
are
assuming
probably
that
the least to blame, I would say.
Assuming the selectors have done their job correctly for Queensland, what you are saying there is that one of the top 20 players in Queensland is a Brisbane Bronco.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
That is.
It's absolutely embarrassing. And I'd say most of the 20 would have been through the Broncos system and let go, or
Yeah.
left because through lack of attention or
Or at some point wanted to play for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
100%.
So look, with the NRL now, quickly, we're on halfway point of the season. We've played 12 games. That's 24 in the season. So we're starting to get an idea, right? Now, I had a bit of a rant last week about RIP, the game, and the crackdown, and I
heard that.
didn't like all that.
Yep.
I was very heartened by the football last weekend. There were things that happened that were not penalised, and thank the Lord.
Yeah.
I did some All Sports Weekly field research and went to the Broncos Storm on the Thursday night.
Oh, did
Now,
you?
if you recall early in the game, Brandon Smith for the Storm's got the ball, his head's down, he gets crunched, his head goes back, he goes off for an HIA. At the game, I'm thinking, oh, here we go. Right? It was just an incident.
Yeah.
The referee, play on, let's go. And that was the moment I went, oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Because a week before, you were in trouble for that.
Yeah.
So I don't like this. What's this week?
Yeah.
Changing the rules on the fly, but it was a change for the better.
Yeah.
Trent Robinson, even Aaron here last week was saying they'll work it out. That wasn't coming from the NRL. They're like, no, this is it.
Black and white.
But it looks like a little bit of common sense is prevailing. Thank the Lord.
It's not black and white, is it?
No.
As we know. And the thing that having seen this work its way through the games over the last, what's it been, 3 weeks? If that?
Yeah, well, Magic Round was the start of it all.
Yeah.
Round 10.
Initially, and what it still seems to be geared towards is the entire onus is on the defensive player
Yeah.
rather than the attacking player.
Yep.
And it doesn't work like that in rugby league. The AFL's gone down that path.
Yep.
And they can get away with it because the game is a lot more than tackling.
Yep.
So what do we find when the AFL cracked down on head highs? Players started ducking their heads
Well, that's
to draw the head high.
You've segued to my next question is there an unprecedented level of play acting and diving in the NRL right now? Because I'd say it's as bad as it's ever been.
Look, there's diving when they've been hit. I wouldn't say they're ducking for contact yet.
No.
But it will happen if the NRL decide that the full onus is on the defensive player to not hit the head. What will happen is the attacking player will come up and they'll do what Tedesco did a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Accidentally. They'll just go low.
Yeah.
To draw the.
And then when they get touched here, they'll go, oh my God. And in the Academy Award, like a sniper.
Yeah.
And that was my fear when I was I didn't maybe articulate it as well as that, but that's my fear is that this game's going to become handbags.
Yeah.
But I was encouraged by last week.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, most head highs overall are not from head highs on the attacking player. It's the defensive player getting in the wrong position. It's two teammates getting in the wrong position to tackle and having a head clash.
Yep.
That causes these, and you can't penalise those. What are you going to do? Penalise a teammate for knocking heads with his tackle? Therefore,
no, I think it's calmed down and
yeah.
All right.
But I think to put a finish on my view there has to be an equal emphasis on the attacking player to approach the tackle in a manner that protects themselves. If they fall over, bad luck.
Yeah.
Into the opposing player's shoulder. Tough.
You can't play a game
because
when no one's
at the
ever
end
going
of
to
the
get hit in the head.
Here's the example. Kick off, goes down one end, attacking player runs up, defensive player runs up. If the defensive player falls over and the attacking player runs over him, is there a penalty? No.
Yeah.
Tough luck, defensive player.
Yep.
Okay, if the attacking player falls over into the defensive player, the way it was a couple of weeks ago, 10 in the bin, send off, high contact. Okay, rugby league cannot work like that.
No,
So
I agree.
it has to be an equal obligation to go into the contact at the,
If something's negligent or irresponsible, then
Yeah.
penalise it. But sometimes that's just things are going to go
accidents
wrong.
happen. It's high contact sport. Accidents happen.
Now, before we leave rugby league, because we're running late already, but Canberra, it's.
Mate, you're obsessed. But
No,
every week I watch this show.
Yep,
Canberra is
so
on the
you've got a
agenda.
player who's now been kicked out. Now I've done
Yeah.
some maths.
Yeah.
Canberra are 14th. They need to win 9 of their last 12 games just to make the 8.
Yeah.
Is it too late? Is it all over?
Yeah, I think. Look,
It's all over, isn't
I think
it?
I said a few weeks ago on the show, if Ricky's only got one way,
Yeah.
and he's continued with that way, being
Yeah.
just my way or the highway.
But this is
Oh,
a big
mate,
club that a lot of people
William-
tip to win the comp. They're not going to make the 8, I don't think.
No, Williams has gone back now.
Yeah.
It's a shambles.
Yeah.
Hodgson, where's he at? No one knows.
Yeah.
This is what happens when a club fractures. I mean, they'll be lucky to,
Make the 8.
beat the Bulldogs, really.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
No,
Now,
I mean,
just quickly,
it'll fall apart, and they'll have to rebuild next season.
Jack DeBellin's going to return,
Look,
playing
yeah,
this weekend.
Sure.
I mean, he's done. He's gone through the process. I got no
Yeah.
problem with it. So
No.
interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah.
And St George need a bit of a circuit breaker because they're on a bit of a slide.
I actually think that's been the reason why they've been so bad the last couple of years.
Is
Is that it's just
bit going on there.
completely distracted the club and not divided the player group, but just been hanging over everyone's heads.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I don't know if his inclusion will help, but at least that is over now and they can move on.
Okay. And obviously, we didn't get to talk about it last week, but Bob Fulton passed away, one of the original Immortals. As a Parramatta supporter, he died the day of the Manly Parramatta game. I heard it on the radio. I was obviously saddened to hear about the news, and then I was
Yeah.
like, oh no,
Here
we're
we
playing
go.
there.
Yeah.
Couldn't he have died tomorrow? Does that make me a bad person? Anyway.
and as expected,
Manly spanked
Manly's
us.
done the right
and then
thing.
they come out and lost. So just quickly, they're the team I can't get a read on. Manly.
yeah.
Are they legit?
Well, it was always a case of no Tom Trbojevic, no Manly.
And it might still
Trbojevic,
be.
unreal. But then they lost Newcastle with Trbojevic. So
Yep.
I think before the Newcastle game, the read was pretty straightforward. Now it's like, well, where do we go from here?
Interesting.
And I think Desi had a bit of a whinge about the refs. Classic,
not like him.
classic Des.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see.
Now, just quickly, we're going to talk about tennis. The French Open is happening. Now, the news at the moment is about Naomi Osaka, who has pulled out due to mental health. Now, basically, she's got an issue with the mandatory press conference. Doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's copping a fair bit of flack. Part of the reason these guys command so much money is the connection with the fans. She said that basically she withdrew from the mandatory press conference.
Yeah.
And copped some flack, and now she's withdrawn from the tournament and cited mental health. If she was allowed to not do the press conference, then what would be stopping other players doing it? What do you think about this?
Oh,
It's
look,
part of it.
You feel sorry for her, but it's funny, isn't it? The whole world was against her when she just made that announcement saying, "I'm not doing the press conferences." And everyone's like, "Come on."
Now she's pulled the
Pull your head
MH.
in. Yeah, pulled out the old mental
they're
health
like,
card. Everyone's like,
yeah.
"Oh, we've got to do more for this poor girl." I mean, look,
Yeah.
you do look at her performances.
She's an
With the
introverted person.
She struggles,
Mm-hmm.
but you just got to suck it up, I think. And if you can't handle it, then pull
It's
it
just
out.
an interview.
Yeah.
We're not asking for a kidney.
Yeah, look. I mean,
Yeah.
how many? Has she won 2 or 3 slams?
3, I think. 3,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like she should
Maybe
be.
4.
She's had a lot of success. I mean,
Yeah, she's obviously a bit of a different sort of person.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the big news in the women's draw. That's a big out. Kvitova has also withdrawn with injury. Both of those players, Osaka and Kvitova, won the first round and then pulled out. Barty has progressed after a 3-set match, so fingers crossed that Ash can do something there. Not a preferred surface, but let's see. And Serena Williams has also gone through. Now in the men's, the big upset was Dominic Thiem, the number 4 seed, out. All right, that was a big loss. A lot of people favoured him on there. But tellingly, Federer, Nadal and Djokovic all had pretty easy first rounds. They've all gone through in straight sets. Can anyone beat Rafael Nadal in the French Open?
Unlikely, isn't it? History would tell us.
I mean,
what's he paying?
13. I don't know.
Put my house on him, I think.
13 French Open victories.
It's insane.
But this might be the year. But let's just see.
Yeah.
He's just
who's going to beat him? What are your thoughts?
Novak.
Yeah. I think I want Nadal to win.
Oh yeah, what you want and what you get might be two different things. And as of the time of going to press,
Djokovic is chasing. That'd be the Grand Slam for him, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
so,
I just think he's a decent shot to beat Nadal this year. Watch this space. Now Duckworth and De Minaur are flying the Aussie flag in the men's draw. They've both had round 1 wins, so fingers crossed on that one.
Yep.
All right, so we'll touch base on the French Open maybe next week. And I'm going to glaze over this quickly because we're going to quickly talk about hockey. Not going to get down into it, but just we had Jared on the other week there. My Maple Leafs have choked, mate. They're known chokers.
Yeah.
They've choked.
Again.
They were playing their arch rivals Montreal.
Yeah.
We're winning the series. It's first to win 4 games. We're winning 3-1.
Yeah.
And we've bottled it. We've lost the next 3 games. We've 2 in overtime. And then the game 7, the big game.
Really?
Shocker.
So 3-1 up to 4-3 down.
Yep.
That's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yep. Mate, I'm getting voice messages from Canada.
You've still got a few connections over there from your time there, yeah?
And the French word for bread is pain or pan or P-A-I-N.
Yeah.
So there's this bread meme. Because it's pain.
Doing the rounds, yeah.
It's pain, it's bread.
Yeah. You enjoying that, mate?
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, look, we'll touch base with that. The Rangers have gone through. The Bruins have gone through. They've beaten the Capitals. Carolina, we've got Tampa. These guys have gone through. Colorado, so we'll touch base on that a bit further.
Tampa, big ice hockey town.
Big ice hockey, mate. Now, really quickly, mate, we've got football. We had the Champions League final. Chelsea have beaten Man City. Man City cannot get that trophy. Did you see the game?
I saw the KO. I'm sorry, not the Optus highlights. Yep. Didn't watch the whole game. I don't think I missed much, did I? Is that?
No, not really. Not really. I, for personal reasons, I watched the Europa League final, which was Man U and Villarreal. Look, Man U, they got no one to blame but themselves. They did dominate the game.
Yeah.
But just only it was 1-1 at the end of normal time. No goals in extra time. 11-10. One of the best penalty shootouts you'll ever see.
Yeah.
And David De Gea, the keeper, he missed the shot. So
Yeah.
if you don't know, it goes through the whole team. The keeper's the last.
That's almost unheard of, isn't it? 11-10 in penalties.
Yeah, mate.
Crazy.
So
and I think that relegates Man U to a 4th year with no trophy.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah.
To be fair though, Villarreal wanted it more. To be honest, I think we're the better team. You play that game again, we probably win that game. But you got to do it on the day, and
you do.
Man, you didn't
Again.
And the big and the big one is Brentford, mate. I said it couldn't be done. They've come up.
I know. How good.
Yeah.
How many of these playoffs have they lost? It's been
A million.
Yeah.
So here's some stats, mate. They beat Swansea 2-0. A 74-year absence from the top flight.
Yeah.
They have the worst playoff record in Premier League history. So they have come up with Norwich and Watford. So that's cool.
Yeah, great.
Now look,
and
just
probably
quickly.
probably the best nickname in the Premier League.
The Bees.
The Bees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Euro 2021 starts in 10 days. Remember that? Euro 2020.
Are they going to be crowds, I wonder?
I don't know. It's going to be played in 11 countries.
So was it supposed to be in one country and they've now dispersed it? Right, okay.
And it used to be 16 countries, which was quite competitive. Now it's 24. FIFA with their hand out, greedy.
So it's pretty much the whole Europe now.
Yeah.
It's just
everybody
country
gets a trophy day.
Yeah, apart from Scotland.
And we're not going to have time to go into it, but Postecoglou is going to manage Celtic by the look of it next year.
I think I gave the heads up.
You gave
on
a
that.
heads up?
And
the A-League is
match.
going to Channel 10.
Yeah, good deal for the A-League. Free to wear. Although it is going to be on their new platform with Paramount.
Yeah.
So another platform to join up to if you like the A-League.
Another streaming service.
It's
Awesome.
About 12 now.
One hot minute. Are the Brisbane Lions the real deal in 2021? Well, we don't even...
Premier's been waiting.
Who will be the 2 teams in the AFL final?
The grand final. It'll be Brisbane and Geelong/Melbourne.
That's 3 teams. Who will be the next NRL coach to be sacked?
Well, it won't be Ricky. Pass.
Are Arsenal in danger of becoming a middle-tier football club?
Big time.
Should Brisbane be trying to get the Olympics in 2032?
I thought we had it.
I don't know. And should the Olympics be happening this year?
I think they have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Once again, bang out of time. Good to have you on, mate.
Cheers,
and
Dre.
thanks everyone for watching. Talk to you next week.